welcome to my corner of the internet. My name is Arsha. I'm an MBA and I'm a strategist. So first and foremost, I'm a strategist. Uh, what is strategist and what is strategy? To understand what is strategy, you need to read a 40-page long book, basically. Well, I can give you a short answer to that. Okay. Let's say I'm here at point A, sitting, and I want to be standing there in point B. Everything I do before I actually get up and do it is strategy. And let me demonstrate. Guys, and my job, I'm done it. So, what do I mean by that? What do I mean when I say everything I do before strategy, before actually going from A to B, is strategy? When I want to stand up and go there, I have to imagine everything in my head. My brain has to visualize my idea and communicate everything with my body. It needs to, in real time, analyze every single muscle strand in my body, all my bones, and everything, to make sure that I don't yeet myself off the ground. So that's strategy. But do we actually do that all the time? Yes and no. Does companies have that or do it all the time? Yes and no again. Just like how conscious we are at what we're doing when we're doing it. I mean, like, I'm moving my hand like this, but I'm not conscious in what is actually happening. What my brain is. My brain knows which muscle to move and how to do it, but I'm not conscious of it. My brain. We kind of do strategy subconsciously, to the point that I can strongly say that every company that is succeeding either has strategy or is strategizing or is failing. But most companies don't have these complicated strategy plans and they're functioning fine. So what's the problem? What's the deal here? Well, there's this thing called emergent strategy. It's like, oh, I happen to be doing things in a strategical manner. Companies that end up surviving after the first 5 years, they learn that. They innately act strategic. As you see in the picture right now, strategy is divided in 1, 2, 3, 4 phases. Strategic positioning, designing strategy, strategy implementation, and finalizing. I'm going to go through them very quickly and give you a gist of everything. So, to strategies, we need to start at establishing the vision. This part over way in the beginning. A couple of things. You don't have to do them top to bottom, or it's a best practice to do that anyway. Because after you do like this part in the top, the next one gets easier, you have some insights from the other one that you did before, and you can get them done quickly and better. So, vision. You might have heard company vision and stuff like that. It comes from VMOSA. What is VMOSA? Vision, mission, objective, strategy, and action plan. So I thought we were talking about strategy. Or what is all this other stuff that you're talking about? I'm getting that. Okay. I said strategy is everything you do when you want to go from A to B before actually going from A to B. That's strategy. Right. Let's say I'm 86 kilograms and I want to be 80 kilograms. My vision would be I want to be healthy. That's my vision. I have a vision of a healthier Arsham. My mission would be to become healthier by losing weight. My objective would be to lose 6 kilograms of weight so I feel more healthy. And my strategy could be to eat less, to move more, or to do both of them basically. These are the three basic strategies that every company uses. We either eat less, it's called cost leadership, by getting rid of all the excess costs in everywhere that we can. We go strive for cost leadership. We drive down our bottom line. We get rid of extra costs and spending, and by aggressively reducing our spending, we end up with a product that we had to pay less to produce. So now that I have a product that costs me less than it used to, I can charge you less for it. I can sell it for less. Now I can sell it for less. I can sell to more people. That's cost leadership. The other would be differentiation. Now, what's differentiation? Is that we don't cut costs or anything. We just make sure that we're using everything we have to differentiate ourselves. You use every cent and every resource to differentiate ourselves. Now, why do I say differentiate ourselves? It sounds more like a luxury thing, or to make ourselves look more luxurious, to make ourselves look more of a luxury brand, of a high quality brand, top tier brand, so we can charge more. Yeah, kind of. You don't necessarily differentiate yourself with quality, because as technology moves forward, you can still create high quality stuff that are cheap. So you differentiate yourself in different ways. You can differentiate yourself by saying, I'm a green company, I'm a carbon neutral company, I don't know, so differentiated somehow. A company, an example for a cost leadership company would be a Chinese phone manufacturer. They're like they're doing cost leadership by trying to give the most value at the least cost to you, to your wallet. And how do they do that? By cost leadership, by getting rid of all the excess expenditure that they have. That's how they do it. Cost leadership. Because they intrinsically have a advantage at that point. It's China. And the differentiation, and that would be Apple. they're aggressively differentiating themselves. Like the walled garden approach. They use different architecture for the processes. That they use a different um, operating system. They're differentiating themselves aggressively, and it's working for them. So what's the third one? The third one is focus. It's called focus, and it's basically doing both of them. I said eat less, work out more, or do both. So if every company can do both of them, why don't they do it? Simple. Because when you are not cutting costs as aggressive as your competitor, you end up being, well, more expensive. So you cannot be the cost leader. Also, while you're trying to be more cost efficient than a company who's aggressively pursuing differentiation, you cannot be the one that does the groundbreaking research that creates insane new gadgets and stuff. So you cannot be the differentiation, the guy that does the most differentiation either. By default, it naturally happens like that. So what are we losing when we're using focus? When we're using focus, we're basically giving up on market. Our market suddenly shrinks because the people who are looking for the best value per cost, they go for the cost leader, and the people who are looking for the best and the most differentiated product, they go for the differentiation leader. You're left with more limited market than either of them, and you have to focus on them. This is when it's called focus. An example would be since we're doing phones, let's go with phones. An example in focus strategy would be nothing. Nothing phone would be the one that is doing focus strategy. Because they cannot be the most cost efficient because they're small, and they cannot be the most differentiated because again they're small. They don't have that much to do that much research and stuff, so they have to do the focus strategy. Okay, so now that we're done with the vision, vision helps us visualize the B, the end goal. We're at A, we want to go to B, remember that? Vision helps us envision with B. What do we do next? We analyze our stakeholders. Stakeholders are people who hold a stake, not stake. They hold a stake regarding you, your processes, your product. People who have something important for you, or you have something important for them. That you're a stakeholder, and you have to analyze them. You have to find out how important which one are and how you have to navigate your relationship with each and every one of them. What happens after that? You go to your marketing department and you tell them the gimmick, and you take all the marketing research that they have or they don't have, and you try to analyze the market and learn everything that they're doing so you can replicate it for yourself. You take out everything good in the market and you give up everything bad in the market that you're doing. Oh, that's a bad thing that they're doing. I should stop. That's a good thing that they're doing, and I'm not doing it. I should learn to do it. Then we do internal and external analysis. The keen-eyed among you have noticed something. There is this thing among managers and BAs. When we're talking about marketing, we say, oh, marketing, if you're good at SPP, you're good at marketing. In strategy, there is something similar to that. If there is anything similar to that, it's SWOT, SWOT analysis. If you can do a good SWOT analysis, then you are a good strategist. So what is SWOT? SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat. Strength and weakness are internal elements. You gather them when you're analyzing your internal environment. And weakness and opportunities and threats are external elements that you gather and analyze when you're analyzing your external environment. So by analyzing your external and internal environment, you gather your SWOT. You condense them in a place, and that's your strategic direction. After that, make your directional pillars. You revise your SWOT, and you look at your vision. And done, you get your directional pillars. Then you set your macro goals, objectives, basically, and you set your strategies based on everything you've done so far. Don't worry about these things. I'll give you a template for every single one of them, and I do videos on the important things. Don't worry about it. And then you have your strategy plans, and you're done with designing your strategy. It's time to implement it. How do you go about implementing strategy? Well, you need to measure stuff so you can see how far you are depending on your goal. I'm 10% there, I'm 100% there. How far apart am I? So measurables. KPIs are your quantitative measurements, and there are quantitative measurements that you need to look out for. Because we're human beings and we are emotional computers that can also count, we think we can count, that means. Qualitative things are way more important than the quantitative things. Your qualitative things are the things that your stakeholders care about. Your stakeholders care about the qualitative thing, not the quantitative. Adding 100 cores into the CPU of a phone is not important at all. I just wanted to feel snappy. I wanted to feel good in my hand. I wanted to feel good about myself owning this device. So qualitative measures are more important than the quantitative. Yeah. But you cannot measure something qualitative. Not to that extent. It's like saying, how do you feel? Feel good. Fine. In 3 seconds, I can feel really bad. I can feel terrible. qualitative things are like that. Yeah. So that's the thing about the qualitative things. The qualitative measurements are way more important than the quantitative ones. And the important bit about the quantitative measurements is that it's called KPI for a reason. It's called key performance indicator for a reason. You don't have 200 key performance indicators. I've seen it, and it actually does happen. But please don't. I know you have all the data in the world at your fingertips, yes. You don't have to make KPIs out of all of them and measure all of them. You do measure all of them anyway, but key performance indicator for every milestone, strategic goal, any pillar or what have you. You need some key performance indicators to show you how far off you are from getting there. Getting where? Your milestones. Your milestones. Which the next thing, you see what are the things that you can extract and need to extract the data, and the things that you can monitor and need to monitor, and then milestones. Or you can build your milestones first. It depends on you. It makes more sense to do your milestones first. Yeah, but again, how are you going to follow them? How are you going to see where you are? See, you need to be able to measure things, strategies. So it's best practice to extract your qualitative and quantitative measurements first, and then develop your milestone. Although it doesn't make sense. You're reverse engineering. You don't have to. Right? So you have your milestone. Now it's time. Time to budget. And by budget, I don't mean financial thing. In strategy, when we're talking about risk, we're not talking about financial. When we're talking about budget, we're not talking about financial budget. It's resources. You're playing with resources. Every resource, tangible and intangible, internal and external. Every bit of resource, and you have to budget all of it. Yes, you have to budget your connection you have. That is a resource that you have, and you have to budget that too for your milestones. Yep. You don't know that guy that you need to call to do a favor for you on the down low. That's a resource that you need to budget at this point. And after that, you do to get your signage and stuff. And after that, it's finalized. You get your BI. You give it to every stakeholder that needs it. And yes, you need to do it in BI. And we're way past strategy report in 2025. You will absolutely need a BI for that. Yeah. Because you need to measure everything in time as it is happening. Okay. So now that we're done with this whole strategy fiasco, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for visiting my channel. I would love it if you could like and subscribe and share. And I'm sorry for lack of quality. I'm sorry for it being weird and kind of boring. because I'm trying to use this as in my portfolio, and it's not all the way the portfolio-ish video, and also it's not really uh, YouTube-ish video either. I'm being focused. Sorry, you know, and my voice sucks, and my video sucks, and that wrong such everything properly. Sorry. So please subscribe and like and everything so I can change this whole thing. Probably soonish. Bye.